Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EGIK WM France Deck G456 game with PJ17, Patooti, and LePetitTree. So, looking at this opening pile, a couple really good, we've got Grain Cellar, which is probably the best card by a decent amount. We've got some other really good cards though, Bargaining Baker, Gluten-Free Baker, Naturalist. Even Pear Peeler with Gluten-Free Baker is a pretty good combo. But I'm taking Grain Cellar here. Grain Cellar is just an insane card. It lets you focus on farming all game. Then you sow in round 12, then you play Grain Cellar, then you sow in 13, and you have so much vegetables and so many crops at that point that you can make pairs of cattle, boar, sheep, and turn your massive investment into crops into big animal points that you would not otherwise be able to get. Not sure what's going to come back, and I'm not really going to try to guess because it probably depends on what other people open very heavily, because there are some synergy cards there for sure. So Workaholic is fun with Grain Cellar. It's because with Grain Cellar, if I do exactly what I said I was going to do, well, then the play is to Reno twice, get your 5 wood, 4 clay, 3 stone, and you go on maybe Reno Fence twice, or you Reno twice on whatever. Could be fun with Workaholic. We've also got Sunday Worker here. So I think the dream is taking Workaholic, wheeling Sunday Worker, and then double renovating with Sunday Worker in round 14. I don't think that is all that likely to happen, though. There is the most fields card where you get stuff for the most fields, so Plowmaker is a thing. I mean, if Plowmaker is the best plowing card in the game, then in the draft, then it's good with Grain Cellar here. But I kind of want to take Workaholic. I think Workaholic could just be really fun with Grain Cellar. I can just do some really silly stuff. Okay. Conjure is Stage Star's hilariously aggravating friend. Okay, so not Bread Seller, not Stone Buyer, not Contractor. Plow Deal Maker, probably not. I'm looking at not Gelder here. I'm looking at Food Connoisseur or Food Critic. I kind of like Food Critic a lot here, just because I'm already heavily invested towards plowing. So grain should be easy enough to get. Food Critic is like get bonus points for your for 6 grain. Like your six grain is going to give you 3 bonus points. That's the way I read Food Critic this game. Now it does require that I can actually eat the animals, which is not necessarily something that I would want to do normally. So that's not necessarily what I want to be doing, but Plow Deal Maker is not bad here. I don't hate Plow Deal Maker, but seeing Plow Deal Maker and knowing Plow Maker's in the game, I have a decent chance to get a plow in the draw in the minor improvements. So could go Food Connoisseur here. Let's take Food Connoisseur. No, because I really want like a grain. I'm really hoping for a grain miner, corn scoop or something. I don't really want to get grain from Food Connoisseur. I don't want to be taking bottom feeding actions. I want to be taking top feeding actions. Dung Collector is a bit interesting with Grain Cellar. Like you already have to do part of the work yourself, and then you get more help. Merchant Plowman is an interesting option here. The reason I like Merchant Plowman, it works nicely with Food Critic, and then it gets me fields, which I'm going to want, of course. Seeing Restless Father here, though, man. And Dung Collector. So there's a ton of plow help in the game. So then I can ask myself, would I play Merchant Plowman like in a vacuum? The other thing is Reformer here works with Workaholic quite nicely. One of the issues with Workaholic, how do you hold 5 animals? Or what? Yeah, how do you hold 5 animals without spending a bunch of wood? I do like Borrower. Borrower lets me go all in on family growth in the first 2 stages. Yeah, that's what I'm discussing as well, Rylocren. Yeah, so a couple ways I could go here. I don't dislike Restless Father, but the problem with Restless Father is I'm probably taking Plouse over Family Growth every time that I have that choice. So then it's Merchant Plowman or Borrower, I think. I think I don't need to take Reformer here. I think I'm taking Merchant Plowman here. Yeah. All right. Pretty sure this pick is Pear Peeler, but I'm still hoping for better sources of grain. But if this is my source of grain, then it's acceptable. I'm not taking Experienced Farmer. There's Plowmaker in the draft. There's Plow Dealmaker. Yeah, I'm taking Pear Peeler here. Glassblower, does that work with Food Critic? Bake bread or convert animals or BR to food. Place that good on this card. So 7 different items. So 2 crops, 2 BR, 3 animals, or 2 crops, 2 BR, 2 animals, fish. Fence Deliveryman's solid. Fence Deliveryman's a solid option here. It lets me hold the 5 animals and then go back and fence more. So I think I'm taking Fence Deliveryman over Glassblower here. Yeah, it's and the other thing is it's my only real stage 1 card. I could maybe play Food Critic early. I could maybe play Pear Peeler Merchant Plowman early. But most of these cards are like mid-game cards, so I think my stage 1 should be really focused on getting the first room and setting up my feeding. That's the 2 things. So I guess the way I set up my feeding is with Pear Peeler and starting to accumulate grain, so that I'm doing bake actions whenever I can. And just like I'm gonna want 2 wood, 1 grain every single time I can get it this game. Like every time I can 2 wood, 1 grain, that's gonna be an incredible action for me. It's gonna be a field, a wood, which could be some food, or fencing, and then it's gonna be grain, which is food or animals or grain. So it's food or points basically, in whatever ratio that I need. Yeah, I'm not playing Contractor. I'll take Elder here. I don't see any reason to play Contractor. Even if I need Stone, like... So the one thing with Contractor, okay, with Merchant Plowman, that's a major that I could discount on, and then one of the ovens, but it's just not really worth an action. It's not really worth an action. So this looks like a pretty incredible farm school hand. Straw Thatched Hut I do have to be aware of, knowing Plow Makers out there. More Pond is also very good. I like Full Bottomed Wig with my dream of renovating late, but it's a little tough to pull off. I think this is Farm School 10 times out of 10. Yeah, I want to get stuff sown anyways. I have lots of good candidates for it. It can play Food Critic. It can play Merchant Plowman. Probably not Merchant Plowman. It probably plays Food Critic, Workaholic, Grain Seller, at the very least, maybe Gelder. So if you have 3 good options for Farm School, then I like it here. Kitchen table's not atrocious here, although I'm not sure if it's what I want. Bee Statue is nice for the food connoisseur player, so I have to be aware that combo is probably coming out. Honestly, Itinerant Laborers is kind of perfect here, because the issue with Grain Seller is you want a Grain Seller, then sow again, and it's not always something that you get to do. Itinerant Laborers is actually kind of perfect here. Like, I could play Grain Seller and then Reno Itinerant Laborers, or Star Player Itinerant Laborers. I think it's actually kind of perfect here. Unwanted Goods is a much better card, But I just think this is so good. I get something good back out of that pile. Like, if I get back table, then I'm happy. Cookies looks perfect. Over custom improvements. Even though custom improvements works with Merchant Plowman, cookies is going to be 3 food for 3 points. No cookies for Bargaining Baker. Yeah, so I have to assume, and this was probably the correct thing to assume anyways, that PJ is the one who took cookies. Because PJ 17 is never passing cookies there with Bargaining Baker. Or at least very unlikely to, put it that way. There are maybe times like where you maybe do it, but... Schnapps Distillery is quite expensive for what it does, and it gets in the way of going for it gets in the way of sowing grain. So, not Schnapps Distillery. Upholstery I don't love because of farm school, and I just don't want that much read this game. I probably stay on 1 room. Flail is not awful with cookies here. Not free range chicken. The Port Le Havre, not bad. Ladder. So actually maybe ladder's a bit better than normal, just if I am thinking about workaholic renovating. It lets me ignore read. I only need 2 read the whole game with ladder, and I do like taking wood a lot. But I'm going to get random 2 read actions, so I think I'm going to take flail here. Is flail right? Thing is, the plow space might already be coming with food thanks to Plow Deal Maker. But the fact that cookies comes on there, I actually think I like flail this game for bake actions. I get normally ignoring free range chickens, but it seems pretty playable here. Maybe. Montu, thanks for the raid. I hope your game went well. Welcome people. Welcome everybody. My opening hand had like 4 good grain plowing fields cards in it. I'm just on auto-ignore free-range chickens, honestly, Gray. I don't even know if I'm going to sow in stage 1. That's good. Reed exchange is okay. I guess, am I supposed to take edible roots here? Grain cellar is not a harvest, right? Yeah. So I think not edible roots. Chimney might be okay. Like full-bottomed wig, I guess with Fence Deliveryman, full-bottomed wig is maybe a bit more playable. But Workaholic has to come out first. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I like full-bottomed wig over Reed exchange here. Cook pot, what are the odds I'm actually trying to eat animals? Like I probably, yeah, with Food Critic I do want a way to eat animals, right? So cook pot's an option. Chimney, maybe. Comes online pretty late usually. It's the problem with Chimney. I just like, I want to take, this game, I don't think I'm going to play out my whole hand of miners. So I'm trying to pick out the cards that in the situation where I play them, they work really well for me. That's kind of the way I'm looking at this draft here. Is that I'm picking the card that when I play it, it means that it was really good for me. So I think those 2 cards are full-bottomed wig and cookpot. Cookpot costing a stone, I think, is a just negative to it. So I think I'm taking full-bottomed wig here. And saving Reed actually would be really nice too. Unwanted goods wheels, which is amazing. Honestly, private market's probably pretty good in this draft. Just looking at that I should have lots of food. And like Food Critic encourages me to make lots of food. But I think unwanted goods is too good to pass up here. Even though the private market effect could be very strong. So like private market is the card that lets me do a 5-room or 4 or 5-room house and still max grain, fields, vegetables, you know, and get 3 points from 2 types of animals. But yeah, I think Unwanted Goods is it's just a fantastic card. It's so flexible. It's a get out of jail in stage 1 card. And since I don't really have that many Ox that I want to play early, I think it should do some work. This is a hand where I'm happy if I get Ock in stage 1 a bunch, I'll play Fence Deliveryman, Pair Peeler, Merchant Plowman. If I don't, then I'll go for the first brew and just try to play Fence Deliveryman. And then maybe Merchant Plowman in stage 2 so that I can build the joinery on the family growth queue. We're in the family growth queue. Yeah, I'm not really planning to play Gelder. I don't think I'll have time. But it was the best card in that pack. A large amount. Alright, I got one more minor. Oh, and they're actually pretty good. Spade here is pretty good. And Pole Barns is also pretty good. Pole Barns actually lets me hold, lets me actually max animals if I can get that much grain. Am I getting that much grain? I don't think so. Spade is decent here. Spade is honestly very good here. Spade is very good here. It's possible I only sow 3 times throughout the whole game and Spade only triggers twice. I think that's possible, especially with Flail here. I don't like the sow big space as much. So I'm going to take Pole Barns. And maybe this is a hand that doesn't build majors very well, so maybe I need point ceiling, especially if I stay on a three-room house and don't get family growth in 12. And as I said, I prioritize plow sow probably over family growth in this game. Fresh dirt worker for Patooti. Okay. So Patooti probably does not have plow maker. So where's the plow deal maker? Are we going to see the plow deal maker come out here? You have to make a lot of food to plow deal make in stage 1. Shared wall is not bad. Yeah, stone to 3 wood or 4 wood. Second action, Unwanted Goods into Reedstone Food looks pretty good here. The only question is, am I taking stone or reed from Unwanted Goods? If I take stone, then I've got that plus 1 Reedstone Food action. There's my 2 stone for the joinery. If I take reed, that's of course my 2 reed for Reno, or for my build a room action. I think I'm taking reed because with farm school, I'm okay with a 3rd Reedstone Food action for the reed, and then the stone for joinery. Oh, LPT's got Dancer. Okay, so I'm guessing LPT's got... well, did Plow Deal Maker really go that late? That seems hard to imagine that Plow Deal Maker went that late. I'm going to toss Gelder here. I'm more likely to play any of my minors than Gelder, I think. Gelder's good, and if I need point ceiling and throwing away Gelder might be silly, but... Rip Stage Star. Yeah, but Stage Star was in my... Which pack was it in? Was it my 4th pack? No, it wasn't in my 4th pack. It was in my 2nd or 3rd. Yeah, LPT could have Stage Star. Yeah, the nice thing about Shared Wall, too, is with... it's a pretty good friend of the Fence Deliveryman. I should have talked about that a bit more. So Reedstone Food, second action, probably expensive Awk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't like. I really don't like Fence Deliveryman in 2 because playing the fences in 8 is so bad. Yeah, I just think I think I'm gonna want like taking wood is gonna be so good for me, and then with Workaholic, I think I have enough wood. That's kind of what I was thinking, Gray. But yeah, maybe that was the play. PJ's got Turkey Breeder here. Excellent card. I mean, if I wheel 3 wood, that's the best case scenario. But I'm pretty sure I'm not wheeling wood. Unless Plow Deal Maker comes out here for LPT. If Plow Deal Maker comes out, then there's a chance. Because, yeah, 3 wood would be ideal here. And then I can cheap hawk Fence Deliveryman in 3. So tomorrow I'm planning to do 2 Win Tuesday, although it's going to be starting a little later. It'll be after 1 Eastern. I'm getting some dental work, so it's also going to depend on how frozen my mouth is. Getting getting some cavities filled that I've put off for a long time. That took a while. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Merchant Plowman here. I really don't want to play Fence Deliveryman this round. I hate having to pay for the fences in round 8. Round 12 is not so bad, but I hate having to pay for the fences in 8. It always makes me think, man, what an idiot I was. And then my next round is like take wood and awk. And then my round 4 is build and take food. Actually, probably my next round is take wood and food. And then my round 4 is awk and build. Hard not to take Reedstone Food when I'm pretty likely to wheel a 3 wood action. And especially because it lets me build the joinery this stage. Didn't expect to keep start player there. Yeah, Patooti going for the fishing here. Yep. There's not a lot of good food actions, so I think the Reedstone Food was a fine play. So if I build here, or sorry, if I take 3 wood here, so the issue I'm coming across here is I can't build the joinery and build the first room. So am I okay with PJ building the first room? Well, no, that's not ideal. Patooti, it's probably fine. But you know what? The fields are really good. The fields are really good for me. Like getting the field this harvest and next harvest means I can sow in stage 3 and get farm school up in stage 3, which is pretty massive. So I think I'm playing Fence Deliveryman here. And this basically commits me to building the joinery next round. Especially because I might be able to start player into 4 wood round 5. Although if I eat the wood, 4 wood is not even enough. PJ B statue. So PJ might have the food connoisseur B statue combo. Although food connoisseur might have been taken by LBT, but I think we would have seen it by now if LBT had it. But yeah, the thing is, PJ kind of needs 2 read, first action 2 read, second action day labor. So PJ's not even going to build the first room. So I might be in a position where I can start player and build the first room. No, Patooti will build in 4. Yeah, Patooti will build in 4. And maybe LPT will take Reedstone Food. So then my round is something like 3 wood into start player into 4 wood. 3 wood into start player joinery into 4 wood. Yeah, and that looks fine. That looks fine. Means that PJ and Patooti build before me, which are the worst 2 players to have build before me. But you know what? I'm playing the long game here. This is the kind of game where once I'm playing Grain Cellar and resowing, like it just there's so much value there that it's okay to build your whole game around getting to that point well, I think. Patooti's going to play Experienced Farmer and then build? Sure. Yeah. Oh, PJ took Reedstone Food. Huh. Okay. Also has the resources for a clay oven right now. But also has Turkey Breeder and the first sheep grab. So don't think it's going to be a clay oven, even with the grain from B statue. So Food Critic can be played in the final harvest. The problem with that is that to get points out of Food Critic, I'm going to have to eat so much stuff that I'm going to have way too much food. So that's where playing Food Critic earlier is better. Because I was thinking I could play Pear Peeler, Workaholic, Grain Cellar, Food Critic in that order. Maybe I just play Grain Cellar in the round 14 harvest. That's possible. Play Grain Cellar, harvest all my grain, have like... The problem is I have to have like 15 grain. Even 15 grain is not enough. I have to have so much grain. I really get boned by somebody taking start player. But I don't think it's all that likely when Patooti's going to going to build, and PJ is going to take the sheep or the reed. Or build the fireplace. Takes the sheep, yeah. LPT, part-time builder here, doesn't really make a difference, because Patooti's going to build this round. Actually, no, Patooti doesn't have to build. Because, yeah, no one's threatening build. Patooti doesn't have to build here. Yeah, so I guess that makes sense. It makes sense for Patooti not to build. Could go for 4 clay or 2 reed. Yeah, although we might all ignore the grain space, but the fact that B statue is out already is good for the... means that almost certain, like, yeah, they're guaranteed to get it, the day labor stable, so being guaranteed the day labor stable makes up for not being able to take the grain, I guess. Yeah, grain may never get taken, yeah. Oh, Patooti took grain. Wait, no, Patooti took plow. Okay, take grain from Experienced Farmer. Well, they already have one, so. So wood to, oh, I did that backwards. I said F to wood I, but it's wood to FI, feed 4. Ooh, family growth flipped in 5. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Because LPT can build, but you know what? LPT has to start player to beat me to build, so I don't know. Second action, 6 clay. Yeah, there's a lot of clay there. The clay kind of almost requires a Reedstone food action just to build the thing. I want to get Pear Peeler out. Like now, from now on, every wood action from now on should come with a grain. That's kind of the way I'm looking at this game. So getting Pear Peeler out seems quite important. So getting food to play Pear Peeler looks good. But, I mean, I probably wheel a clay action here. I certainly wheel a clay action because Patooti will build. So I wheel a clay action here, so I probably just got to take the good clay actions when I can. Especially because I do want some kind of cooking improvement, considering my food critic. I wish someone would play some card that puts 1 food on a space that I want. That would be great. If someone could play Fromage. Play the charcuterie card. Kitchen table, eh? Lining up build next round. Take the 6 clay. So if PJ17 doesn't build a fireplace here, I could build a fireplace or a cooking hearth. Because there's no reason for PJ to take 2 sheep until he's built a fireplace or cooking hearth. And I know I want it eventually anyways, so I think it's an okay option. And I like that over taking 3 food traveling players. The problem with 3 food traveling players, I have to take more food, more food, more food. Like, that's quite annoying. And if the 3 wood goes untaken, which it's very possible, it means I have the choice between 6 wood. LPT gets to give me 6 wood or lets me build. The one problem with 6 wood is that then I'm not start playering to the build room space. But you know what? If PJ wants to start player to the build room space, then I'm like basically guaranteed to get 3 sheep in 7. And I'd also be very happy getting the 3 sheep in 7 after 6 wood. So LPT takes the 3 wood. I'm a bit surprised by that. I definitely expected Dancer there. I guess it's worth mentioning that LPT can take the sheep as well. But I mean, LPT's round is pretty spoken for. It's build and grow. So the thing is, if I build the fireplace here, it means that Patooti can't. Oh, Patooti could Reno build in the. No, it doesn't have enough reed. So I'm pretty sure if I build the fireplace, Patooti is locked out of build grow in 7, which means that I don't think they can afford to start player here. Because they need to build a hearth in 7 probably. Because I think we have first action 4 food from Patooti. I think we have first action 4 food from Patooti, which means PJ needs to get. I mean, could start player into 3 food fishing, but even that's not enough food because they need 5 food. Yeah, I think if I first action build the fireplace here, I've bought myself Build Grow next round. For Food Critic, the crux of this hand. Hey, don't knock it. It's totally the crux of this hand. What was I talking about? Parapeeler played with Farm School. Am I high? Parapeeler needs to be played so that I can actually turn on Farm School. I don't know what I was thinking. I have no idea what I was thinking. I'm going to go for the fireplace and not the cooking hearth. Because if Patooti's going to reno hearth, then that's more clay for Patooti to spend. I think my analysis is off. What do you think I was missing? Now, it's very possible that PJ17 doesn't look at this situation that deeply, and then I get screwed. PJ Renos. I'm so pleased with myself. I'm very pleased with myself. Alright. Now I have to worry about the 3 sheep getting taken. But if the 3 sheep get taken, I probably get 4 food fish, so there's not really a difference there. No, I need to take the sheep because I want to build grow next round. Yes, I'm going to take the 2 sheep. Yes, and then I get my 5th food from the joinery. So I watched Your Name for the 2nd time yesterday, also known as Kimi no Nawa. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it in Japanese, but fantastic film. Highly recommend it. The music is incredible. The music is so good. So Patooti's probably start playing into 6 wood, but I don't think it changes anything for me. Your Name or Kimi no Kimi no. I'll type it in chat. Kimi no Nawa. Yeah, I watched it in theaters when it came out, and liked it. And I think I rated it a 9 out of 10 when I watched it. But this time, I watched it yesterday, and it was even better. I liked it even more, which is funny because a movie that's visually beautiful, you would think it would be much better in theaters, but I don't know. Maybe I'm older, more sentimental or something, but it really, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Yeah, the soundtrack is great. It's by a band called Radwimps, and apparently the process of writing the music and making the movie, like the script, were really interconnected. So that actually some of the movie was rewritten because of the music, because the music was so good. Yeah, it's got a really good English dub. You don't have to watch it with Japanese subtitles. I've heard the English dub is very good. I personally have seen it in Japanese with subtitles, but I'm comfortable watching subtitled stuff, so I need to watch Weathering with You. So that's part of why I'm on this kick, is that I was like, oh, I should watch Weathering with You. I've heard it's good. It's by the same guy, right? I also watched Silent Voice. I like that. That was quite good. 2020 was a poor year for anime. Well, yeah, really. It was very interrupted. I've been watching... What have I been watching from 2020? Well, Attack on Titan's back, so Nathan and I have been watching that. What else have I watched from 20... I actually haven't watched... Oh, we watched ReZero. Me and my other roommate were watching ReZero. And then I'm watching Digimon Adventure, the reboot. Just because of the nostalgia for the original show. It's honestly awful. The reboot is so bad. Has none of the same characterization that the made the original such a delight. But I watch it anyways. Top actors. Well, part of the problem is that I think that it's not like a serious viewed as like a really serious profession, um, which makes a big difference, right? Patooti plays Pigwallow. I would not mind getting past Pigwallow. I'd be fine with that. Field for 3 wood. Maybe it's not worth it. I haven't seen Soul. You hate the CGI style? I mean, there was some CGI in the old version. I didn't mind it. I thought in the first 2 episodes, at least, it was pretty well integrated. I mean, there's always been some CGI, like around like the Colossal Titan, for example. I don't want to say too much about it because Attack on Titan's one of those things that I think I recommend to everyone. I think it's a phenomenal show, so I don't want to say too much. But yeah, it is too bad that they did change studios, so like the animation team is different. But they did take the one guy who does all the really amazing scenes for the one guy. I don't want to say too much, but I can play Farm School here. Should I play Cookies just so that I can? Should I play Cookies just so that I can bake with it when I take bake there? I don't think so. I think Farm School is fine here. I'm sure I'm tipping my hand a little early. Maybe that's the downside of Farm School here, but I'm not going to play Cookies until I'm not going to use Cookies until later in the game. So I've actually read. I stopped reading. I read the manga up until probably about the middle of this season, and then I got the sense that we were really close to the end, and I was like, you know what, I want to watch the last couple episodes animated for the first time. But yeah, I really enjoyed. I skipped all the early chapters, so I picked up the manga after watching the first season, and like apparently the guy's art style is really bad in the beginning, but then it becomes so good, and so I skipped all the bad parts. Like I just skipped right to picking up where the first season and leaves off. All your recent custom cards are AOT images. Nice. You like the movie? I actually haven't seen the movie, but I have heard it's terrible. Rilo Cred. Definitely recommend watching the original show. It's really good. Yeah, what else have I been watching from 2020? I guess Shokugeki no Soma, which is Food Wars. That's a fun one. I can't recommend it, but it's fun. It's like one of those really trash things that I like to watch, even though it's trash. Patooti's the first person to break the day labor stable. Not the B statue player. It's Patooti, who is just really hungry after building in 5. How many seasons on Attack on Titan? There's only 4 seasons total. So they split up the third season into 2 parts, like they did, like whatever was it, 12 and 12 episodes or 13 and 13. They really screwed up. Honestly, they screwed up so badly having such a gap between the first and second season. Like you think about what a cultural phenomenon the first season was. They screwed up so badly having that big of a gap. Just restart season 3 if you need to. The second half of the third season, I think, is very good. I think the second half of the third season is really good. Yeah, you get to see one of my favorite episodes. Maybe my favorite, probably my favorite episode. Mm, yeah, probably my favorite episode in the second half of season three. Yeah, it depends on how if you're good for remembering that kind of stuff. Okay, so speaking of trash, so part of the reason that I say I like watching trash, um, I got hooked on Sword Art Online, and that's why I have Asuna behind me because my friends know that I like Sword Art Online, even though it's terrible. And I want to get Pear Peeler out really badly, so I'm taking Reedstone Food here. Honestly, is Reedstone Food the best way to get the food for Pear Peeler? No, it's not. Um, because they know I like Sword Art Online, and so they my friend who actually works for Wish wished a sent me a Asuna body pillow from Wish. And so it's really awful. It's such trash, but I like it anyways. Yeah, it was also so the first anime I watched. Well, I mean, aside from like Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball, Card Captors, um, I watched Attack on Titan was the first one I watched. That's like I think when it came out on Netflix and everyone was talking about it on Netflix. I think I watched it then, and then Sword Art Online was my second one. So that's part of the reason I liked it. Never understood. Well, because the guy who wrote it was writing it as a 14-year-old, and he's writing a total self-insert character like, oh, he's so good at games and everybody loves him and he gets all the girls, and it's such trash, but I enjoy it anyways. Best case scenario here, I play Pear Peeler and get 3 wood. That's the absolute best case scenario here. I mean, doesn't look like Patooti really wants to take 3 wood, but LPT will probably take the wood. Yeah, it's just like written by a 15-year-old. You know, I don't get so after taking wood. Probably not gray. Yeah, unless I want to play itinerant laborers, but I'm hoping to hold itinerant laborers for after I use grain cellar. Criticize. I haven't seen that one, but yeah, I've heard bits and pieces. Man, the new digital one is such a disappointment. Oh my god, it's so bad. It has no personality. It's just like the blandest action show ever. It's so disappointing because I love the original so much. The only reason I'm still watching is because I'm attached to the characters. But Psychopaths, yeah, I like Psychopaths. Yeah, I dropped the second one a couple episodes in because I just found it was retreading the ground that they had already covered. I probably should start player here just to get 3 wood next round. I could take 2 stone. So the thing is, I still need food. So nobody's in a position to build the clay oven here. So I could take 2 stone, then take 2 wood, and then take 1 wood, 1 grain, and then build the clay oven. That's not awful. It's not ideal, but this is a pretty awful sequence. Taking 2 stone. Uh, Problem is, I still need food. I still need lots of food. I can hearth upgrade. I could do that. Now, I've heard the third season of Psychopaths is good, but I kind of with shows like that, I really like. I don't like skipping the season and starting with the third. I would have to slog through the second season, and that's why I probably won't do it. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty ugly round. Like first action, 1 wood, 1 grain. If the 3 woods there is there, great. But if not, Yuck. I can hearth upgrade, but why, I guess, would I, Gray? You think I pair peel for grain and vegetable and then hearth upgrade? Oh, I have to pay for fences. Right, thank you. Oh, Patooti just clay oven. What? Oh, fresh dirt worker. Oh, that's not good. Totally forgot about fresh dirt worker. Right. Patooti's feeding is pretty trash, eh? We have a very similar layout, except that I have the fireplace and the joinery, and Patooti's got 15 wood. Can I pull this off? Can I leave grain vegetable here? I'm going to try this. Leave grain vegetable and then try to take... Yeah, let's see if we can. If I can pull this off. LPT as farm steward, okay. So PJ has to grow here. I mean, PJ had to grow anyways, so... Yeah, Patooti has to take grain again. Yeah, hearth upgrade would have been much better than the 2 stone. Yep, much better. Yeah, I wonder if Patooti actually has any source of grain. Also, Bargaining Baker hasn't come out yet. Like, I guess PJ must have Bargaining Baker, right? Patooti's going to start player since it's guaranteed 6 wood next round. Makes a ton of sense. That's the downside of doing what I'm doing here. But yeah, hearth upgrade would be phenomenal. I'm going to take vegetable here. Oh, no, I need a wood. Never mind. So get a grain, not a vegetable. Why not take grain? Yeah, yeah, you're right. Original author had nothing good with the 3rd season. Is Urobuchi is he the one who wrote Fate Zero? Or she? I don't know. Is that the I don't know the names. Sowing 2 grain, playing. Oh, that sounds like an excellent idea, Gray. All right, I would never would have thought of that one on my own. Yeah, I love Fate Zero and Madoka Magica. Yeah, that's an excellent idea, Gray, and I totally thought of it myself. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. You're right though. It makes now that you say it, I never would have considered playing Grain Cellar this early, but it's a fantastic idea. Eat V for FSG. It's a really fantastic idea. But I would not have seen it, so asterisk on this game. Because I'm not doing all the work myself. You know what? I don't have to eat the vegetable. I can eat... No, feeding phase is after, because when is Merchant Plowman field feeding phase, right? It just says during the harvest. And yes, I'm pretty sure I have to eat the vegetable. Yes, I have to eat the vegetable. Because farm school is after the field phase. Yeah. Yep, so I have to eat the vegetable. And then turn some grain into sheep. So 3 grain into 3 sheep to feed. And then I could turn another 2 grain into 2 sheep to breed. You know what? I don't have to. I can wood FI and keep 1 grain instead of eating. There we go. I eat a wood. Joinery. I'm pretty sure joinery has to be in the feeding phase. Oh, use the joinery in each harvest? Okay, I definitely thought the text on joinery was stricter. Yeah, you're right. I can have a veggie instead of a grain. No, I think having a grain is good here. Does it matter? Is there... Oh, because vegetable to 2 food, same as the sheep. Yeah. I don't know. I think either's okay. I should remove my ugly fields from the board, fences from the board. Okay, well that was way, 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 way better than I was expecting. Let me grab a vegetable here. That was way, way better than I was expecting. Yes, Montu? What's up? Was it worth it to convert 2 grain to 2 sheep there? I think so. It's 2 grain into 6 food. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's worth it. I think there's not too much of a difference. I think this way's better, though, because I got to breed the sheep in the last harvest. So I get an extra 1 food out of each grain. That's the way I'm looking at it. Bargaining Baker here. So PJ, does Chimney make it a minor? PJ17 gonna start sitting on start player. No, just makes it cheaper. It doesn't actually make it a minor. Good. Now I'm gonna start critiquing the foods. Yeah. How I reach a critical mass of grain again. Every time I take wood, I'm gonna get a grain or a vegetable. There are still animals on the board. You're right. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, maybe I don't reach a critical mass. Maybe Grain Cellar just solved my feeding for that harvest, and that was the most important thing it could have done. I'm gonna play full bottomed wake here. And then I can Reno cookies. Or Reno cooking hearth upgrade. Probably Reno cooking hearth upgrade. Yeah. I think I'm gonna Workaholic before I Food Critic. Because I think I'm still playing Workaholic. Workaholic does make Reno a lot worse here. Because what am I using that clay on? If not... Well, I mean, I could go for the pottery still. Yeah, maybe. The problem is LPT's got the clay for the pottery. But LPT, no, LPT needs a hearth. Yeah, LPT needs a hearth. And both clay actions just got taken, and Patooti needs clay for their thing. Yeah, so the pottery should be mine with the Workaholic goods. I think Reno cooking hearth upgrade here is fine. Hope I don't have to first action sow next round. I have to do that analysis. Do I need to first action sow next round? I might need to. Yeah, LPT wants to bank a kitchen table bake, probably. Yeah, I probably have to first action sow. That stinks. Oh well. I can always itinerant laborers. I mean, I think I wheel a wood action anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. It would be better to take 4 wood for sure, but Workaholic was another reason not to make sheep out of grain. Well, because I'm gonna eat these 3 grain. I'm gonna eat these 3 sheep either way, Montu. That's my attitude. These 3 sheep are getting eaten in this harvest to make Workaholic no matter what, and that's fine because I need 6 food for this harvest, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. Am I gonna wheel 4 wood? That would be pretty incredible if I wheel 4 wood here. Last action might start player. Might be start player. Oh, LPT is going to start player. Okay, so I maybe start player in 12. Oh no, LPT is fam... Oh, Patooti is competing for family growth. Oh, nice. I'll take 3 wood and a grain. Happily take that. Yeah, I think I need to hold my itinerant laborers for start player in 13. Or Reno in 13. Because I'm probably not going to get plow sow in 13, because I probably have to start player into family growth to have a chance. I need the actions and I need the points. Patooti building the 2 clay fireplace. Patooti is still really hungry. I want the clay oven. Shake my fist at Patooti. Plow looks good here. You like plow over start player? I just think start player is so good here. If family growth flips in 12, like it's start player is definitely the action. If it doesn't flip, maybe not. So we'll see. It's not impossible I retain start player. Patooti is really hungry. I guess I'm just looking at LPT and thinking, what is LPT doing that isn't start player with their last action? I mean, going second is not bad, but... How have your streams been going, Gray? I haven't been able to catch any. It's too bad. Honestly, I would love to do the New Year's Eve marathon. And if you know what, it's funny. In a normal year, I could do the New Year's Eve marathon all and just stream all night. But this year, because of the pandemic, it was like, oh, we gotta do video calls, right? Because we're not talking to each other normally. So I had to do lots of video calls on New Year's Eve. I mean, it was fun. I was glad I did them, but a normal year, I could just like do nothing on New Year's Eve easily and just stream, and that would be fine. But this is an unusual year. Good riddance to 2020. Although it is crazy to think, I really didn't start streaming a lot until 2020. So has it actually been that long? It feels like a lot longer than it has been. It's been like about a year. Played a collection that was less balanced than last year. I'm gonna guess. Don't tell me. I'm gonna guess PT's collection. Yeah, I played PT's collection once, and I was like, I don't think I want to do this again. Oh, I should add a guest token. Not that it really matters, because I'm going to get control of the board anyways, but like, I might scrape by on this game just because of the fact that everybody's feeding is so awful, and Grain Seller lets me turn grain into 2 food each, and gave me a bunch of grain. Like, the fact that I can take wood and feed at the same time, like, this is basically Mushroom Collector. That's what my Grain Seller is. My grain, or sorry, my Pear Peeler Grain Seller. It's basically Mushroom Collector this game. But you know what? Mushroom Collector is a fantastic card this game because of how hungry everyone is. All right, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Not making 2 more sheep. Yes, I should make 2 more sheep. Thank you for reminding me. I did that too quickly. Yes, thank you, Gray. Definitely doing that. Of course, with Workaholic, I absolutely want to be doing that. Plowing? Yes, I want to plow as well. Thank you. Oh my god. I did that sequence way too quickly. And then wood to FI. Real jobs assigned to streamers. I am a telephone pole repairman. Gray is a regional trainer for a major department store. Monty is a pediatrician. Lumen is a recumbent bike salesman. President of a local lawnmower tractor supply company. What? Did you put us into like a quiz? Did you fill out a bunch of quizzes like pretending you were me or something? Seems like a Facebook game that you give it your name and permission and email, and then it makes money off of you, and it gives you a thing. Oh, sounding credulous. Um, Honestly, I think being a telephone pole repairman would be a pretty crappy job Because you have to be like you have to work in the worst conditions. Like you only have work when everything's going to crap. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a fun job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I fence this round? Is it worth it to fence this round? I mean, I don't want to fence until I get workaholic wood. So I think 1 wood does not really make a difference. I can fence in 13. Yeah, I think the issue would be like having to go out and work at like 2 in the morning. I think that would not be very fun. Last playing lasso here. Sure. Grab another wood grain. Can't get enough grain. I literally cannot get enough grain. Well, not literally. Figuratively. Actually, maybe literally. Maybe it's possible that at this stage in this game, it's not possible for me to have too much grain. With Workaholic, especially. Pottery check. LPT could build it. I would like to build it. Quiz where telephone repairman was an option. PJ Reno building the well. Maybe last action journeyman here for PJ. I think that was the only Stonehouse card I saw in the game. Food Critic is looking kind of mopey here. Any Curb fans? Mopey Dick? That's Moby Dick. No, Mopey Dick. Your dick is mopey. Leon's great. I already really liked Curb, and then Leon joined the show, and so much gold. Experienced farmer, does Patooti need to have more fields? More plowed fields. I wonder if I'm supposed to take 2 sheep here, since 2 sheep comes with the wood. Not to mention I kind of need the food. So yeah, LPT is definitely gonna plow make, right? Plow make, plow sow. So I get family growth again over start player. That's fine. So yeah, I think the 2 sheep is reasonable here. Yeah, I would rather sow bake next round than itinerant laborers because I do want to start using cookies. I can imagine Monty calling his child patients weak sauce now. You don't need to accommodate to get workaholic? Nope. That's an old. That was pretty well established when Franstech came out. I'm not 100% that it hasn't been changed, but when definitely like 1 year after Franstech was officially released, that was the ruling. Patooti has supervisor. Does LPT give Patooti last action plow here? Or does Patooti have some other way to plow? Oh, has Patooti been collecting... did not announce. Yeah, Patooti didn't announce anything for Fresh Dough Worker here. I need room to get the resources. Okay. I thought that was not the case. What did I put in the France Deck Compendium? What was my ruling here? This compendium that is totally complete and needs no updates, no works. It's perfect. Workaholic. Must have room for the animals on your farm. Okay. For some reason, I thought the opposite ruling was the case. I thought there was an opposing ruling. Two food to 4Z here. Yeah, there was definitely discussion about whether you needed to or not. I think we had a snap ruling for the France deck tournament. Which one was that? Rules. Alright, so I have to take away my 5 wood. Put it back on the board. So I fenced 7 so far. So if I can fence the other 8, then I can play pole. I'm left with 2 wood to play pole barns for 3 points. So seems pretty good. It doesn't look like So Bake is contested at all this round. And I also want 2 wood for 2 more fields with joinery. So you can definitely take wood again for a grain at the very least. Maybe grain vegetable. I guess 2 wood. 2 wood is a point probably for the joinery. 2 wood is probably 2 points for 2 fields. Well, more than 2 points for 2 fields. I really want to play the Your Name soundtrack, but I don't want to get this VOD muted. Although, what the hell, maybe I'm just not putting it. The thing is, then Twitch is going to ban me, and I don't want Twitch to ban me. Because they're apparently cracking down on music. Which They can't hold me back because I'm such a rebel. That's how I describe myself to my friends. 2 wood and a grain here. So that I can bake on So Bake and turn a grain into a sheep. Collect the wood and fence in the last round. Yeah, unfortunately my iTunes collection does not come with license to broadcast to all of you. Unfortunately. Whether 2 wood is better than a vegetable. I think it probably is because it's 2 fields, right? Because I can't actually make the fields. Or it's two fields or pole barns, both of which are 3 points. Probably the fields are more than 3 points. Next time I take wood, then probably I'm taking grain vegetable, leaving 3 wood behind. Speaking of which, I don't hate start player here. But I'd rather So Bake. And So Bake is still uncontested. So am I taking grain vegetable here? The problem with grain vegetable here is that I need defense. And I need to reno as well. Am I supposed to reno itinerant laborers and not so? The problem with reno here is I need to get up to 9 animals. So yeah, there's no way I'm getting up to 9 animals. So maybe I'm supposed to fence here. Convert 2 grain into 2 sheep and fence. But I kind of want to convert to boar in the harvest and then breed the boar. Take grain vegetable here. Hope that I get reno in the last round. Yeah, hope that PJ doesn't start player. And that Patooti doesn't have... Oh, there is Sunday Worker out there. So Patooti could be setting up Sunday Worker. I did mention that as a possibility. Sunday Worker double reno. LPT could reno this round. But LPT wants reno fence? I don't know. Yeah, LPT gets the 6 clay, which is very key. He did that 6 clay action. The 6 clay would not have been bad for me, except that if I don't get the... If LPT built the pottery, then I would not... The clay is, like, useless. Totally useless. I'm happy about getting family growth twice, although it does put a lot of pressure on my workaholic. Because getting the animals and also feeding at the same time is tough. I wish I could sing. Wish I could sing. Then I could sing it for you guys. Reno, beautiful. All right, so Patooti can Sunday work Reno, and I can Reno improvement or Reno fence. The only issue is PJ17 also looks like PJ17 wants fence. So, you know what? Turkey breeder. Yeah, turkey breeder. Maybe not. Sow a grain, bake a grain. Maybe bake 2G here. Although I kind of want to bake again after. I want to bake again after playing Food Critic. Am I playing Food Critic? I mean, I'm gonna need to eat stuff in the last round. I feel like Food Critic is worth Because I'm going to want to eat vegetable and blah and blah. Bake one. Cookie it. I'll just do that for now. Yeah. Wood to FI. Do I eat a sheep and not breed it? Or do I eat a vegetable? Probably eat a vegetable. And then I can convert whatever to whatever when I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah. And let my sheep go to 4. And then if I just convert one boar... Yeah. This is where I get screwed not having fence this round, because I really would love to use this breeding phase to get another animal. That's a lot of upholstery points on a potential 5-room stone house. A lot of upholstery points. Oh, food critic. So eat a sheep to play food critic? Yeah. Yeah, my getting workaholic is going to be entirely driven by turning grain into sheep at a 1-to-1 rate. And that if I'm getting boar and cattle, it's probably after harvesting in 14. But then I also want to food critic those things, so I don't know. You don't think food critic is worth it? How many do I need to convert? So I'm going to convert a wood. Sheep is easy. Grain is easy, assuming that I do another sow bake action, which I want one. Vegetable, that's 4. So that's 1 point. So then the question is, where's the other stuff coming from? Am I taking fishing, for example? I have 5 actions next round. I think taking fishing is worth it. That's 5. And then boar cattle would be 6 and 7. I think it's okay. I have 5 actions next round. So taking wood, sow bake, fence, reno. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I don't have enough actions to play food critic. Yeah, okay, good point. And there's probably no way that I can food critic boar cattle, end with boar cattle, and get the... So I thought I'd be able to food critic boar cattle and end the game with boar cattle and get the workaholic stuff. There's probably no way to do all those things. No awk. Yeah, that's yeah. I think I'm on board for that. Actually, so LPT plus O again, right? There's 2 4-wood actions for PJ thanks to me, so definitely possible that PJ fences 4. It's a 3-point action. PJ doesn't really have that many 3-point actions. Oh, sheep and fence. Oh. Well, that makes my move pretty obvious. So I have to turn... Oh, I don't have enough stone. Or, sorry, I don't have enough grain, actually. I can get to 8 animals, but not 9. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't hold the animals anyways. Am I supposed to build stables here? I guess I'm not renovating and not fencing anymore. That seems to be what's going on here. No reno, no fencing. So I'm taking plow sow then. Even though I also want a sow bake action. Yeah. This is a weird game. I'm gonna sow I'll sow grain. No, I need to keep grain behind to turn into clay. So I can build the pottery. Am I supposed to give up on the pottery? Maybe I'm supposed to give up on the pottery. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I was not expecting LPT to be able to reno. Oh no, LPT didn't reno. They fenced. That's right. I didn't expect LPT to want to fence, I guess. I hate my ruling. I want to be able to take sheep, eat, and then in the instant collect the wood and then eat them. I think the argument was. I remember Enwell's argument was basically. You can look. Workaholic. It's got 3 pages, you can tell. Ken, you're going out to eat. uh, His intention is you need to hold the animals. You must hold the animals now in order to get the resources. Reedstone food, reno fence. I could still do that. Oh, never mind. No, I can't. Because both reno spaces are getting occupied by Patooti. I really thought Patooti had Sunday worker. Yeah, because I don't. Unless Patooti knew that I wasn't going to try to reno somehow. I don't know how Patooti knew that. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to surprise. Be able to reno. I don't know, actually. Yeah, PJ says his farm is ugly. Yeah, join the club. My farm's ugly too. Do I want all 5 wood or do I want 1 more grain? Am I gonna sow bake here? Maybe I just sow bake. Say screw you guys, I'm going home. Yeah, sow bake's not awful. Some more points for cookies, which I appreciate. Stables first so I can pottery next action. I want to sow bake here just to keep it away from the other from Patooti and LPT. I guess I thought that PJ would go for the wood, but you're right that PJ can't fence. I really was not expecting LPT to fence anymore. Did he fence like 1 or 2? Like how many fences did he actually build? I totally missed that he was interested in. Well, I guess the issue is just that I didn't expect. I expected to be able to reno. I guess that's the issue here. I expected first action plow sow so that I could first action fence and then reno improvement later, and get animals in the meantime. Yeah, no, he did all of his fencing. Yeah, okay. I just didn't expect first move fencing from LPT. Why didn't I? Because I thought I was going to get reno fence. I thought I was going to reno fence, but how can I reno fence? So I think I made the mistake of forgetting that I needed to hold the animals before I could reno. I think that's the issue that I think that's the issue here. The cat wants to come in. So certainly a new skill that I'm having to develop is that when I used to make my videos, there would be no one watching me because I would not record live. So I didn't have anyone to talk to. Now that I have people to talk to, stay there. If you stay there, you're good. Now that I have people to talk to, oh, I can't get the clay anymore. I just realized I can't get the clay anymore because I just don't have enough animals. So the cookies precluded building the pottery. Bonus cat. Yes, that's certainly a skill that I'm having to develop. Is the ability to chat with you guys and play at the same time. Ah, gluten-free baker was in my opening pile. That's right. I knew that card was out there. And you can't convince me otherwise. I want 4 wood probably, so taking a grain here, and then maybe I can still get the clay. I don't know. I kind of screwed this game up. No, stay here. You have to stay. You have to stay. You can't go anywhere else. Could have converted grain to sheep before building stables for the wood to build another stable. Take 1 boar before building stables. Oh, I see what you're talking. You're talking about workaholic. I think the stable is not a point. Oh, I have pole barns. Oh, but I can't play pole barns with 7 built fences, right? That was part of the issue. So then taking wood here is not good because then it's... No, okay, I can do this. I can take the boar. Oh, this is my last action. I'm already out of actions. What happened? Honestly, I have no idea what happened to this game. Don't look at this game for things to do. Harry, chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill, man. Wood to FI. And then how much grain do I have? 7. So I certainly want to convert to a cattle. Three grain to a sheep. And then I have 6. So I can eat a sheep without eating any points. So probably I'm eating 3 sheep actually. And then keeping all my grain as is. Ow! Ow! Be careful. And then keeping all my wood. Man, this is a disaster game. A disaster and a half. A disaster and a half. I scored 45, which is enough to tie Patooti for the win. Oh, man. I can't believe this game. After not getting fencing, I still managed to win. Oh my god. Oh, I guess I could maybe have food critic at the end there. I don't think it was worth it though. Can you chill? Yes, just chill. Asterisks on this game, I would not have seen the grain seller play. That was not something I was thinking about. That is not something I was thinking about. So thank you very much, Gray. That's one where I would not have caught that. Maybe if I had thought about it a bit more, if I wasn't streaming and just took a couple minutes to think about it, I might have seen it. But I'm pretty locked into my thinking about grain seller being a late game card. But a way to generate a bunch of sheep is an okay way to use it as well. Yeah. My third action pretty much had to be sow. Well, that's the thing. So I was planning to sow, but I might not have taken the right crops. The issue is I had to take the right crops, which I was gonna take grain anyways. Yeah, you know what? I might have got there anyway. I might have got there by accident. Yeah, you're right. Because I might have seen it after sowing and thought, what occupation do I play here? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Um, if I can't, can I do the bake plus a vegetable line? Yeah, so that's what I was. That was what I was thinking. Was I was going to bake a grain, sow a grain and a vegetable, eat a vegetable. Is this not as comfortable? That's why you keep lying down. She's so lazy. Oh my god. Like even when we play, like we kind of play fetch, and every time she comes back, if I don't throw it immediately, she lies down, like flops over on the ground. And then I'll throw it, and then she'll look at me for a second, and then she'll get up and saunter over. She's so lazy. You're a lazy cat. All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks for the game, guys. That's going to be all for me for this evening. I will be back. We're doing 2 in Tuesday tomorrow. It's going to depend on when I have to, how bad my mouth is, like how much freezing they give me when I start streaming. If it's really bad, I'll probably have to take a couple hours before I start. Oh, get out of here. If it's really bad, I'll probably have to start streaming around like 2 or 3, probably. But if it's not bad, then I'll start streaming at like 1:30ish. So, yeah. I think that is all for today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll check if anyone is streaming in the board game category. That looks fun. Otherwise, yeah, we'll raid someone in the board game category. And I'll see you tomorrow. Can't believe I won with this farm. I guess Patooti has a bunch of negatives. Sure, these guys, I don't know what these guys are playing, but it looks fun. Let's go say hello. Oh, I'm missing a 2. Alright. Click. Want to have 5 people at least so that we get past their minimum number of raiders. Alright, click raid, people. Come on, we need one more. Show me one more person. Just one more. Alright, I guess that's as good as we're gonna get. Bye.